I'm Dr. David Geier, orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist. In this episode of That's Gotta Hurt, I'm going to go through a 5-day fast. Yes, that's right, no food for 5 days. I'm going to show you all along the way how I do it and why. Let's go. In response to one of the challenges I did recently, where I did the Versa Climber, I mentioned in that video that I was tired because I was doing a 3-day fast. And several people reached out to me wanting to know how I could do a 3-day fast and manage to work out and still have the energy. Other people wanted to know, why I would do a fast in the first place. So this time I want to talk about fasting. I'm going to take you through the course of me going through a 5-day fast. And that starts with what I'm doing right now, which is using a desk cycle. The purpose of this is to basically get a little bit of exercise for the next 3 or so hours. I got this sort of recipe for doing a fast from Tim Ferriss's book, Tools of Titans, and he talks about in there that on the first day of your fast you should start with about a 3 to 4 hour walk. It's really early in the morning for me to get 3 hours of exercise in. It's super dark here. I tried it, but you just can't see anything for the video, so I thought I'd try this desk cycle, for 3 or 4 hours right now. I have to learn a play monologue for a public speaking class that I'm doing, and I figure I might as well learn that while doing this for 3 or 4 hours. In his book, Tim Ferriss talks about how the goal is not super intense physical exercise, lifting weights or running, things like that. It's just moderate physical activity over a long period of time. I think that you're getting rid of those carbohydrate energy sources and over the course of the morning, transitioning your body to burning fat as a fuel source. According to him, you want to get into ketosis as soon as possible. Part of what we're going to do over these next few days is every day I'm going to check my ketone levels with a blood ketone monitor you'll see me use. I'm also going to measure my weight every day. We'll see how much weight I lose over the course of 5 days. You'll also see probably about 3 times a day I'll have a cup of decaf coffee with MCT oil. So there's no carbohydrates, no protein, no real calories from that, but just a minimal amount of calories from essentially MCT oil or coconut oil to try to help get me into ketosis a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna stop my desk or chair cycling for the morning. That's 2 hours, 45 minutes, not quite the 3 hours I was shooting for, but once I learned my play monologue, honestly, I got kind of bored and I've got some stuff I need to do. The machine says I burned like 1,224 or something calories. Not sure how accurate that is, but at least I feel like I'm off to a good start on this 5-day fast.
We've got Dr. David Geier now joining us with more on treatment options for joint pain. Good to see you. Thanks for coming back.
Oh, thank you for having me. Okay, that TV interview is down. Now I'm headed to my real job. Go see some patients in the office. Have my second cup of decaf coffee with brain octane oil. If you don't have brain octane oil, you can use there's a variety of companies that sell MCT oil or MCT powder. Okay, now I'm about 8 hours or so into the first day of my 5-day fast. So far, it's not going so bad. I'm a little hungry. Normally, I don't eat breakfast anyway. I do intermittent fasting. I'm used to not eating breakfast and eating my first meal about noon or 1 o'clock. I'm a little hungry today, though, because of that, almost 3 hours on the stationary bike. But still, so far, so good. I can't complain. Okay, I'm enjoying my third cup of decaf coffee with brain octane oil as I wrap up day 1 of my 5-day fast. So far it hasn't been too bad. I'm not all that hungry yet, but it's only day one. The biggest thing is I felt like I was supposed to eat when it was dinner time and saw all the other food, but other than that, it was more habit than anything else. All right, I am headed to work. It's a surgery day, and this is the morning of day 2 of my 5-day fast. So far, it hasn't been going too badly. Not that hungry this morning, but I don't know if that's because I don't normally eat breakfast. As I said yesterday, I do the intermittent fasting where I eat basically all my meals within about an 8-hour period between about noon and 8 o'clock. So this is not all that unusual. I didn't get that hungry yesterday, and the fasting didn't really bother me. I think that's largely because I was pretty much busy the entire day, so I didn't really have a chance to be all that hungry and think about food. But I also had the 3 cups of decaf coffee with the brain octane oil, which gave me at least a little bit of ketones to use as fuel. I am wrapping up day 2 now of my 5-day fast. It's almost 10 o'clock at night and I'm finally settling down. I've been running around like crazy today, doing all sorts of things. Let's face it, I am hungry. That's the first real time, other than maybe early the first morning, but this is the first time I've felt hungry, which doesn't bode well for days 3, 4, and 5. All right, it's the morning of day 3. I've got my decaf coffee and MCT oil with me. Feeling pretty good so far, quite honestly. If you read the book Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss, he interviews an expert that talks about how if you basically go without calories from glucose for 5 days, and if you don't have any cancer in your body, basically the fast will kill any pre-cancerous cells in your body. So 5 days of fasting to eliminate any precancerous cells, precancerous conditions in my body, that doesn't seem like such a bad deal to me. I'm wrapping up day 3 of my 5-day fast with my 3rd and final cup of decaf coffee with MCT oil. More than anything, I've been having more headaches, and I think it's because I've been getting dehydrated. So my goal the next 2 days is to drink a lot of water. Yeah, there's not much that they can do before any one game. I am starting day 5 of my 5-day fast. Have my first cup of decaf coffee with MCT oil, or bulletproof brain octane oil. And so far, I'm hanging in there. Not gonna lie, I'm starting to get a little hungry. Looking forward to having food tomorrow. Okay, I have done it. I have finished
my 5-day fast. Started on a Tuesday morning. My last meal was Monday night. It is now the end of the day on Saturday. Today was a rough one, I'm not gonna lie. And I think there were 2 reasons. One is I started feeling a little sick yesterday afternoon, the afternoon of day 4. I think I caught something maybe from my kids or something. And so I've just haven't had a lot of energy, haven't felt all that good, which was really a struggle today, as you probably saw in the gym when I was trying to do my ab workout, when I was trying to do my dumbbell jump squats and my 100 squats a day, which is part of a 100 squats a day for 30-day challenge, which you'll see in an upcoming video. The other reason that I think this was hard was being a Saturday, I'm not working today, and so I had more free time where I was thinking about food and eating. Whereas I was so busy every day the other days, it wasn't that big of a deal. So I think if I'm gonna do it again, and I'm sure I will at some point in the next 3 or 4 months, and if you do it, I would strongly recommend basically Monday to Friday so that you have work to distract you. I do have a couple final thoughts that I'll share with you. One, if you're interested, and I don't really care about this, but my body weight dropped 8.4 pounds in that time, from basically late afternoon on a Tuesday to late afternoon on a Saturday. So that's really 4 days just measuring weight, dropped 8.4 pounds. Now, to be fair, that's more than I wanted to lose. So I think that if I had to do it again, I would drink more water and I would drink or I'd take more branched chain amino acids. I think what happened is that basically I probably lost a little muscle mass over that period of time because I wasn't in ketosis pretty quickly enough. And if you saw my ketone measurements on day 5, my ketone level was only 2.4. I think part of that is I think my ketones probably run low in the mornings. I've done this other times and they seem to be higher late in the afternoon or early evening. And I've done a 3-day fast where the afternoon, late afternoon of day 3, my ketone level was 6.9. Now, that could mean, one, my blood ketone level or measurement tool is highly inaccurate. There's probably some truth to that. But 2, I think that there probably is some truth to potentially being what we call keto adapted, meaning that the more I do this, my body doesn't go into starvation mode because it's used to ketones with the ketogenic diet, so it doesn't spike my ketone level. And I've had a couple people that probably know more than me say that. Having said that, the potential benefits of getting rid of any precancerous cells in your body, resetting your immune system, having a flood of newly created stem cells, all seems worth it to me to try this for basically 5 days and do that 2 to 3 times a year. So definitely consider trying it. If you do, I'd love to hear about it. Remember, if you have a health challenge or a health activity, fitness activity, new sport, new exercise that you want me to try, leave those in the comments below. So many people have reached out to me to suggest things, but I am willing to try basically any health treatment, any fitness trend, any exercise, any sport. So leave those in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I try to record one of these videos every week and they're released on Monday. And I look forward to seeing you in our next challenge.